So let's have a look at Old World. This is an upcoming Civilization style game with a little sprinkling of like Crusader Kings too, with character and dynasties going in. So, let's start a new game. Currently we've got random, Rome, Syria, Persia, Greece, Egypt, Dido, Carthage, Babylonia and Syria. So, let's have a quick look what they do. More orders, more science, money, building, civilization, harvest, and military. Let's go for Babylonia because science is always good. So, difficulty we've got here, difficulty we'll go for relatively low because I've not played this much, previews and all that. Seaside map script. Or you can go here and choose up pretty basic. Suggestion. You can't put gavel kind on, you'll be happy to know. And then you can change everything else around this quite easily. And there's quite a few options. We're going to leave most of them on, basic, and start the game. It's got some interesting things. You've got historical setups as well, so if you want to found Carthage on the European map, that's good. But you also got the random map, which I'm showing off here. So, we're Nebuchadnezzar. Best claims we can, distant line of kings, but we're broken and battered and disasters. Okay, so we're basically going to settle. We're given a starting site. So, unlike civilization and a lot of that, you have to found on these city-states. You can't just found yourself anywhere. You, however, get to choose one of 4 different families. So we've got hunters, the Kassite, who give us more, or I should go through the stats, shouldn't I? Money, food, iron, stone, wood, pretty self-explanatory. Orders are interesting because orders basically say how quickly you can send out your units. Every unit moves is an order. If you don't have many orders, you don't get to do much. Science, we're getting a good bonus from Nebuchadnezzar, the founder, as well as the princess. I'll go to that in a second. Civics, generally for building your larger projects. Training for making your military better. And luxuries for making people happy. We've got a spouse who has got stats. If I click on her, she's charismatic. There's four different stats: wisdom, charisma, courage, and discipline. As you can see, most people only have a certain of those. So Princess Keisha here, very courageous, very wise, not very courageous, and no discipline. We've got, she is our heir, and we have our spare in Duke Marduk, who's got no courage or discipline, but then he's only 1. So, spells, when you have stats, so she's charismatic, which means we're getting a bonus to civics. Our heir is there, so she's giving us a bonus to wisdom, but giving a bonus to science there. We'll unlock these others as we go. So who you have in which area will affect how much of everything you're getting. So the first thing we need to do is found our city. So that's plus training, new range start with Sentinel, camps and nets double their output. That is civics, that little pillar. That'll improve that. Trying to set up for mines and lumber mills. We're in quite a hilly area, that's looking good. Multiple roads. and money? Or do we double down on the science? I feel like because we've got quite a lot of woods and stuff like that, either the trappers, because these will be wanting to need camps on them. Okay, that's nice too, to build urban improvements, so. And you gain a worker. We're going to go for these guys, because we'll get a worker. So, this is just telling you, you can move multiple times, but you're concerned in order. Warrior, shrine, fort and quarry. Right. So, improvements are rural, which you build anywhere, or urban, which you have to build on kind of these city tiles. So we can immediately build a camp here, which gives us +2 growth, +2 food, and enables the traffic. Or we can go down here and build a mine, which gets us stone, which is +260 because it's on a hill. Or down food, which is +40%, but that's a lot of food actually. We're going to build that. So, send you there for your order. Build a farm. You come here, build our trapper. So see, we've used up most of our orders already. We've got something over here that looks interesting, but we're only going to be able to get a little way out with these guys. So we got mountains to the north, stone cutting. Choose a government for Babylon. So, this is the city stream. If you played anything like Civilization, it should be fairly new to you. Well, obvious. Sorry, brain switching. Everything takes 5 years. And each have got a bonus. Here we've got some growth. We've got 1 citizen. And it will take us about 10 years to get on the second one. Culture is weak. Discontent is rising by 7. We need to do something about that before it gets up in 15 years. And we have a choice of kings. We've got Crusader the Orator, who would give us nice improvement to civics, science, but cost us money. The Queen would give us civics and culture, or +2 growth, +2 science, +5 money. We're going to, of course, that costs orders. Yes, no, we can't do that. We'll do that first thing next turn. I mean, I could buy some orders. And we'll do that, because we're not going to be upgrading anyone for a while. But Nebuchadnezzar in charge of Babylon. We're getting 16 a year, so. So this is a dynastic thing in effect. How would you like to enter Keisha? She's currently wise, but we can boost up any of these stats, so we could really double down on the wisdom to give a global effect. We could give her +1 charisma, +1 courage. At the moment she's going to give us a negative to our training. If we could make us goody tactics to offset that. Or we could just take the fact that she's not going to be a courageous person and maybe get some commerce going. She's currently our heir, which increases pretty much anything. So I'm going to say we're going to... Oh, you can explore her and then she can't become a married children. You don't want to take your heir out becoming an explorer. And they see these can lead to various things, so... Right, we have a slinger who can attack from 2 tiles. But we also got up here A veteran soldier. Boudica. Okay. Invited to a court, makes her a court soldier. Or we can try military drill barracks. This stage, that's like 5 years of tech we just got. Later on, she might be better off as a general. But for now, just getting access to barracks is pretty powerful. And I don't know if we'd use her before she got too old and died, because everyone ages, everyone dies. Okay, we'll show you something else now. Well, first we found the Vandals. And now we can harvest a resource. So, if we use one order, we get olives, which gives us +8 culture. Now, of course, if we were to build a city near here, we'd be able to use this. But we'd have to kill off the Vandals. The skirmishers. We do have our slingers up here. Who can attack from 2? We'd add a general. And it'd be the engineer here. Now, he's actually pretty terrible. Because he's an engineer. He actually reduced our combat stats by 5%. Well, he'd increase attack by 5%, defense. Yeah, so we're not going to choose him. This is where Boudica would actually be quite useful. I could force march him, or I could promote him. 10% defense, 10% attack versus infantry, 25 versus generals, 10% versus infantry. Or 10% attack. So we're going to make them fierce. So we've got extra attack, we're out of orders. Not much else we can do this turn. But we definitely need to deal with the Vandals at some point. Get discontent to hurry the settler. We can't do this much with the settler. It's only 3 years, so. Oh, this is good. Our wife is corrupt. Nettle 2 tips we've already discovered. Up here we've got some citrus to harvest, more food. And salt for a bit more culture. What I'll do is we'll send you south. Ooh. Ancient barbarians. Reminiscent of the Vandals. Precursor to their own. Okay. I can either study it. Give me 50 science. 150 stone, but the Vandals will be angry. The founder gets 16. Yeah, okay, that's some nice. +1 discipline. That give me 16 gold. +6. Yeah, okay. So now his discipline has gone up. But she's giving us more gold every turn. And as Nebuchadnezzar is still relatively young, that's not a bad thing. Alright, you're corrupt. Doesn't seem to do that much. Well, it says it's corrupt, but it doesn't really show us what that's doing. Rename. Okay. Still got a few orders, so let's continue to expand. bring it down this way. And that'd be a forced march. We don't really want to do that. You see, these will take time to regenerate. There's a chance we could build a city down here, but taking the Vandals out might be a better choice. Oh, you still got a bit of move left. Catalonian Woodlands. A family claim distant workers. Oh, our ancestors. That's nice. Following practice, the eldest is the leader of the tribe. Chaldeans get opinion, 40. We get seniority heir. We replace his primogenitor. Or get more legitimacy. I feel like I want to get more legitimacy. Here is it where that's hiding. We'll anger up those guys. It's all good. But much more legitimate. And we'll end the year. Ah, she's inspired by nature. What should we do with her? She becomes explorer? No. She becomes ruthless, which gives us +2 tactics, -1 discipline. Or she could double down on those and become humble, which gives her even more science. Oh yeah, she's going to become humble. She's actually faking up to be quite nice. Going to give us lots of money, lots of science. And you can see how we're already going to be kind of pushing along that way. So, he's finished their work. Start building a mine. One more year to the settler. As you can see, moving through woodlands is a lot harder than moving through the open plains. Ooh. We'll harvest the citrus. And we don't have the order left to harvest the silver. That'll give us 50 gold, which will be nice. Okay. Everything's looking quite nice. Our daughter's 12 years old. Seeing we're 30. Yeah, it's not bad. Our wife is 27. Okay. We're currently leading at 4,200. Any opponent reaches 54, the game ends. So we're at 1. That's not bad. So the camp is finished. So we're now gaining. So it's +2, +8, +2 for the camp. Just think that, okay. We need to worry about less disobedience, so. A new settler. We have to choose one of the other families. So this is just telling you that what your yields are, that we should build more farms and mines. So Babylon could build another slinger in 8 years. Developing culture. Alright. Cancel that. We could have a festival which would be in 5 years. I think we're going to have to load in a festival. Actually no, we've got time for one more thing, haven't we? So this would be a specialist. That would give us 5 food a year. That would give us 2 growth and 10 food a year and spread our borders. And because you roll, we get +1 science. That will give us more Ooh, more orders a year. We'll build a forum. Producing a good amount of food. We're not producing much stone. Stone and wood are low, so let's go build. Go chop wood. Let's just increase our stone production because that's going to be useful. Then we have our settler. Oh, we want to harvest silver. But huge piles of gold. This looks looking like, let's get you a little closer. Each. So we take some damage. 85% from urban. Let's put him in as a general. He's a zealot, so he can't die. He's an engineer versus sieges. Do you want to declare war on the Vandals? Yes. And why can't we shoot? We need moving closer. Oh, units on cooldown. Well, that was bad timing. Right. Oh, we found a landmark for Vesuvius for a little bit of legitimacy. And we'll grab some sheep for that. And some iron. Excellent. We definitely want to be expanding in this direction, don't we? End the year, hopefully we won't get murdered by the Vandals. Okay, so we just get a stone boost. Walls, hamlets, archers. Right, bow's going to take us 20 years, but yeah. So I think we should step back one. They're on cooldown. So I have opened up a bit of a can of worms. I'm going to bring him back up this way. You're going to continue to explore. Oh, more Vandals. Okay. Our Duke 6. Our son's going to become close enough to expand soon. May have to retreat him. But this looks like a good place to end the video. I've angered up the Vandals. So, hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and come see me get my ass kicked next time. See you then.